Enjoy this episode of the podcast with a friend of mine, Josiah. We just talk about life and his upcoming adventures as he's joining the military to go and serve our country, which is awesome, bro. We appreciate you. And yeah, just a good conversation. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Theo, come. What do you got to say? What do you got to say? What do you got to say to the people? Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Were you, what was your thoughts when I was like, yo, I saw you running in the gym. I was like, yo, you want to be on the podcast?
Well, I know some people do them, like you said, when you started, so.
You know somebody locally?
No, like, just, like, you know,
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
people
yeah.
and stuff, and you just see so many people start a podcast or something like that. So I was just like, I'm down.
Fuck it.
All right, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how many people, like, I'll ask and they'll say, like, I don't like to be on camera, or I don't like to hear myself. And it's like,
Okay.
who fucking cares?
Well, I make music here and there.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was a tough thing for me, too, was hearing myself. Like, I didn't like to hear people listen to my music or hear it in the car. I wasn't, like, a fan of at first. Because it was just...
It's weird.
Yeah,
it is.
It is weird. So... It was like, that's me.
Yeah.
People just like look at you and shit, like, it's weird. So,
Can you, you got your phone on you? Can you pull something up we can listen to real quick?
yeah.
Because I forgot he does make music, and it's good too, actually. Pull something, let the people hear what
See what we got.
what we're working with. And it's on Spotify too. I'll put the link.
Yeah,
I'll put the link in the description, so if y'all want to go check out
Spotify,
Josiah's
Apple
music.
Music.
You had a good artist name too.
Yeah, it's so basically my middle name, which is Armani, but they said the name was too common, so I took the R off and I put an X. So it's Xmani.
Xmani.
Yeah, but I also said if I was like to make it famous, I was thinking like just pronounce it like Amani. Like the X be silent.
But keep the X there.
Uh-huh.
Xmani sounds good though. That's like you could be like, oh, I'm going to an Xmani concert tonight.
Yeah.
It has good, like,
I'll play it back on top.
a good name that you can like brand around. Yo, stop posting content that your mom even scrolls by. Seriously, it's embarrassing. Momentum Media Team takes your boring ass posts and turns them into scroll stopping, double tap worthy, holy shit, who made this content? They handle content marketing, social media management, video editing, full-on video production. You just sit back and look like a genius. Momentum Media Team got you covered. Go get famous online without doing any of the hard work. Oh, seriously though, at Momentum Media Team, me and my guys are very good at taking people's passions and hobbies and bringing them online and building a legit audience and a legit network of people that like, know, and trust you. So if you've been on the fence about doing it, either because you don't want to be embarrassed, or it's too much work, or you don't know how to do it, or what to say, seriously, shoot us an email at momentummediateam@gmail.com. Let's have a discovery call, and you too, we can get you online, up and running in no time. See, that's
It is.
this new or old?
It's like a little old. I haven't made a new song in quite a minute.
See, like, I was genuinely surprised when I first heard. Low-key snap. Theo. And I'd be honest if I was like, bro. But like, I could literally let this whole song ride and vibe out to it.
And that was another thing too. So, you know, I rap and sing sometimes.
Yeah.
There's like plenty of songs I got stored. But like when you make music or anything that you do, you're gonna be your own biggest critique. So like that was one of my biggest things was like hearing myself and being like, was this good enough? Because you want perfection or you want something to be good. And even sometimes I'll put out songs and then I'll listen back to it like, damn, like I'm not really fucking with that song.
Right.
But certain people hit me up like, that's my favorite song on the album.
So you don't know.
Exactly. So I try to put out different type of music, R&B, like rap or whatever. I try to do different things to like different views of people. Because some people like the rap side, but some people like the singer side
Very
more.
true.
Or they be like, I don't really like when you rap. I like when you sing. So one thing I just like put in the back of my mind was like, you're not gonna satisfy everybody.
Right.
Some of you definitely never gonna do. Shit, sometimes you're not even gonna satisfy yourself. So there's a lot of songs like I said, like I don't like or like out like another thing is, bro, like recording. So that's another hard part about it is when you record, like before you'll rap it to yourself or sing it to yourself and you're like, I like the way this sounds. You go record it and it just don't sound the same. So when you record, it's like, damn, so that's why I try to take my time too. A lot of people, put out music. I like to take my time because it's like, first off, studio time ain't cheap.
How much does it go for?
It depends. I mean, my boy, he throws me kind of a deal, because we've been working with each other for so long. Shout out my boy Nostalgia, So
yeah.
But,
I always thought the recording process is always like the funnest part. You see him in the studio.
No, it is sweet.
Drinking, smoking.
And that's the thing about my producer, my boy Nostalgia. He'll tell me like if something don't sound right. He'd be like, we'll listen back to it and he'll be like, your vocals right here need a little work, or you should add something this and that. He'll always add his, point of view, and I think that's a good help.
For sure.
He also makes music too, so and then also my brother was a good rapper and he's a good writer. Sometimes if I'm struggling with some songs, like singing wise, usually I feel like when rap, I try to write my own lyrics.
I was about to ask that.
Like I feel like that's a thing you need to do.
So it's written. It's not freestyle.
Yeah.
It's written.
No, some songs do be freestyle. Like
really?
Bubblegum freestyle is what I had. That was a freestyle. And I actually turned out pretty good. And me and my brother laughed about it because I really don't rap. So like when I do rap, I just write it out.
Can we hear that one? The bubblegum one?
Yeah. And my brother was just laughing because he was like, it was actually pretty good. And like I said, some singing songs, like I'll sing it to him or something, and he would like change this, and that. Because he's a better writer than I am, I would say. So yeah, there's definitely some songs that's like I'll freestyle some parts.
Yeah. Because
like you write it down and it just don't sound right when you're singing it.
Mm-hmm. Or like you said.
This is a freestyle. A lot of people actually like the freestyle too.
The beats are good.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing for me is a solid beat.
Well, and that's another thing. I buy them off of YouTube from people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that can be quite expensive too sometimes.
I believe it. You got good flow, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's good, dude.
No, so like, yeah, it's some music.
That's good. It's like it kind of sounds like Russell, like a Russ vibe a little bit.
I get that a few times, the Russ vibes. Man, like, but yeah, I try to do different things. I mean, Russ is definitely somebody like I'll listen to, and he's a big influence. But also like Bryson Tiller, Drake, people I really like. Tory Lanez, who else?
How long you been making music for?
I knew I could sing like when I was younger, like teenage years, but like I never really took it serious. Probably when I was like 18, I started making music. First it was on SoundCloud. Some of those songs I still listen to. Some of them are decent. I dropped like a little mixtape, and then I gotta get this stuff on Apple and Spotify. People are like giving up on SoundCloud. They think I'm a SoundCloud rapper.
I know, but hey,
I didn't want that.
No,
look,
SoundCloud rapping was hot.
It was in like 2016. This is like I'm 18 now, so it's like 2018. So it's kind of fading out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta do something else. So I'm like 20, and I'm like, all right, let me put my stuff in my. I had a friend who showed me how to put that stuff on there, and then I just got to making more music. And I dropped the album, and it did pretty well. And,
damn, doesn't that sound good to just say
even
hearing you say that is like I dropped an album.
Yeah.
Like that sounds
people
dope.
fucked with it, no, like there was definitely like some people like, oh, I didn't like this and this song. Like I said, you're not gonna satisfy everybody, which is okay. But for the most part, people like the album, so that was a good thing. I dropped a few singles after that, and just never had really had time to like drop an album, and I was just too focused on work or doing other things. Like I said, it is expensive. You know, you got to think about the studio time. It usually takes, if I write the song, I can finish about 2 songs in an hour.
Oh wow, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
From like just idea to writing to recording.
No. So the recording part.
Okay, so you already come in.
Sometimes I'll come in prepared.
Gotcha.
And that was another thing my producer said. It was probably one of his biggest pet peeves was when people come unprepared. You're wasting time.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Come prepared because it's a time limit. So it's like if you don't come prepared, you're wasting time in the studio.
Right.
You're wasting money. So I always try to come prepared. For the most part, sometimes like I said, I'll write it out. It don't sound right, so I'll change a few things within that time. Or even when you're recording, you mess up. You're singing, you're rapping.
What do they mean when you're recording and the producer's in there and he's like, you're in there recording. You're like, punch me in.
Oh,
they're like, punch me in.
No, basically just like, start it up or whatever. Or like when you'll mess up, he'll start it back from a certain spot when you're already singing.
That's what I was thinking.
So you got to catch that rhythm. So it's like, I'll say like, let's just say I'm floating over water and I messed up on water. So now you'll hear yourself saying I'm floating and then you got to catch that water part again. So it's like you got to catch on the rhythm. So sometimes it can be tough or like you wouldn't have the same cadence. So you got to keep doing it or loop it over. A lot of songs, another thing, I don't like doing ad-libs. It's just not my style. Yeah. It just sounds weird, because like you hear yourself singing and then you'll just do some shit like that. Yeah.
That's what Offset the rapper.
Yeah.
His ad libs are the funniest, bro. Because he'll record and he'll just
Yeah. Shit like that, and it's just So when I dropped my first album, I dropped it before my birthday, the day before my birthday, and then I went to Italy the next day.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you were on a high horse going out to Italy.
Yeah, it was dope to see people listening to my music, and it's kind of dope with Apple and Spotify. Well, I think it's mostly Apple, but Apple, it's called Apple Artists, and you can see like what cities people are listening to your music.
Oh shit!
And that's one thing that I would say is another hard part about making music is people getting to support your music. So it could be people people that live here, they don't really support your music, whereas it could be random people I don't even know hitting me up like, bro, your music dope, like from California, Colorado, you know what I mean, like Florida.
Right.
A lot of my music, I looked and it was like people in Detroit, like, and I'm like, damn, like that's what's up.
They fuck with it.
And it's people from different states, different places, and I'm like, bro, that's dope to me, and it's just like, but it sucks at the same time because it's like people you would hope to support your music more, but like
locally,
they can't even take 5 minutes to listen to a song or even share a song. It's not that hard, but then they'll share something random or some famous rapper,
right? A Drake song.
You don't even know him, but
right.
So that's definitely the hardest part about making music is getting people to support your music. But like, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I ain't gonna yell at you or nothing. If you don't want to, you don't want to.
Just keep it pushing.
But it's just like if you say you my friend and you should want to see me win. Like I want to see everybody win. If you ask me to share your music, I don't mind doing that. Or if you like this, like what I'm saying, if you say, hey bro, can you share my podcast? I have no problem. It ain't nothing but 2 seconds to hit share. Post on my story.
I know.
See,
If anything, it makes you look good that you have homies that are doing good shit.
Yeah.
That you're supporting like people that are trying to do
if it's
something.
Something that's trying to better yourself, like bro, why not? Like you doing this, like a podcast could really turn into something great. Like look at what's his name? Bro, that does that UFC stuff. What's his name?
Like the big dude, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Look at him. Like look at that.
Right.
Look how many monthly listeners he has, bro. Like that.
If you go back to the very first episode, dog shit.
Yeah.
Like so worse than this. Like I know this setup is not that great, but like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this could turn into something great. Like why can my music turn into something great? If you say it's good, why can't you just share my music? You know what I mean? So it's just if I want to do something, why can't you just help me get there? And I think that's like I don't know what it is about some people. It's just how they is. So it's just I'm not.
It sounds like you put a lot of thought into it's like it's like a thing that happens.
No, for sure, it is definitely. It's hard to get support, and I even feel like if I was to make it big, like look at Floyd Mayweather. His biggest haters are in like the city he's from. So it's just like
that's huge.
Yeah, so it's definitely something you got to think about. Like dang, like I'm not saying I have haters or anything like that. I'm just saying like. Some people really look at you and then they don't like they don't want to see you winning.
Right. Or they might like the music and that's just the thing. They don't want to see you winning.
Yeah. Yeah,
So they are like they're just haters.
and that's okay. You know, like I said, I hold no hate, no judgment.
Right.
Nothing like
A lot of
that.
people are jealous.
No, for sure,
I've noticed
because they can't do what you do.
Right. And as you get older, I feel like people get more jealous because it's easier to get locked into like their daily routines, or like they have wife and kids, so they can't come to the gym
Yeah.
5 times a week. So they look at people that are in shape and they're like either jealous or they have some sense of like animosity towards them.
No, for sure. Like, and I definitely feel like that. That too. Like, I feel like if you're doing something to better yourself, that's why I try to keep a private life, because it's like when people see you doing good things, um, they don't want to see you.
They don't, bro.
They don't want to see
They
you.
don't. But on the flip side, the side of it that people are like doing the good things, are chasing the success, have no animosity, no hate. Like they don't. You can tell like which people are like, oh, that guy's better than me because he's not gonna shade on my shit.
Yeah, I try to keep my friends, the group I have around me, like they're all doing good, you know, and I want them to do even better.
Right.
Like I want them to do better than I do, you know. So I want to see us all win.
Hell yeah, me too. Because they always say you don't want to be the dude with the boat. You want to have the friend that has the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. So like I want to see all my friends win. You know, like even with like this new journey I was telling you about. I'll be joining the Navy. It was something I thought about for a while, but my mom was sick for a long time, so I never wanted to leave home. My mom recently passed about a month ago.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so been done with that. Thank you, brother. But I know she'll want me to keep pushing, and I know she went out on her own terms, so I'm truly grateful, man. That's one thing big on me is my faith, man. I'm just got me closer to God, and I feel like a lot of people get upset with God with death, but I'm not one of those people. I feel like after my mom passed, it really like showed me how grateful I am to God and to my Savior. You know, it's grateful. You know, my mom could have died when I was a kid, so it's like now she got to see me grow up. You know, she got to go out on her own terms. It's a blessing, man. You know, it definitely does suck. You know, I was really close with her, but got to keep it pushing. And I think this is a step towards something better. I can make a career out of this. You know, a lot of people look at the military as something like in an ugly way, and I think you gotta look at it as in a positive way, because it's got so many pros, man. You know, I looked at it has more pros than cons. Yeah, you got
agree.
cons, like you can't come home whenever you want. You do what you're told.
Yeah, both of my parents were in the military, so I was a military. You know, they use that term like military brat. It's kind of like a true thing.
Yeah,
like you get used to moving around different cities. Mom and dad are always gone throughout the day.
right.
They're switching out on deployments because my parents my dad did like 24 or 26 years in the Army.
Well,
Army, and my mom did 21 years.
Nice.
So that was like that was their thing.
No, for real.
And I remember
they got their pension too, like
all that,
years, like
all that.
That's what's up.
And I could say you're talking about the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Obviously, being a kid is maybe a little bit tough, but you don't have any kids, so you can do your thing.
Yep.
But as like the person in the Army, bro, yeah, there is. I've noticed looking back, like there were some moments where like they're like super tired or like just need a break.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, it's like, dude, they're retired. They got money. They have that GI Bill? Like all your kids are gonna go to school for free, any college you want.
Yeah.
Which I definitely took advantage of that,
Yeah.
bro. That's why I went to Florida State, because I was like, damn, the Army. They literally wrote you your kids, your dependents.
I didn't even know you went to Florida State. That's what's up.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a whole different. That's a whole different story. But the Army literally would write your dependents a check for like whatever the schooling is, the housing, and the bills, and a monthly allowance.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna be setting your kids up for.
Yeah, so that's what I definitely thought about. So I don't have kids yet, but like I do want someday, and to be able to give them that opportunity that I didn't have growing up. So it's like, I'm still grateful for what I had growing up. I still went to school for a little bit, but to give them that opportunity and then not put them in debt, or even if I wanted to go to school for free,
you too,
finish. I think that's what I want to do. My goal right now is to serve while I'm in. Study, go to school, get my GI Bill for free, whatever. It's called tuition assistance. Do that and then become. My goal is to go to officer school after that. It is a little hard. You got to get a recommendation.
Right.
It is tough to become an officer, but that's my goal in the long term run. To serve and then also become an officer. You get higher pay.
Hey, at least you have a goal going into it. I have a homie that was joining the military, and he's joining because he feels like there's no other option.
Yeah.
Which like that's cool too. We all have our different motivations, but He's actually friends with like my family and everything. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
why don't you like talk to my dad and like try to get some type of direction or just like a mindset going into it. So like 4 or 5 years from now, when it actually does get tough, because there's gonna be some tough moments, you'll remember like this is why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not just here because there's nothing
Yeah.
else to do.
And like I said, like there's gonna be like some white parts, like not being able to come home whenever I want.
Right.
I joined the Navy, so it's like being on a boat for.
You're in the
long.
Navy?
Yeah.
Let's
so,
go.
Yeah, yeah.
SEAL team?
Yeah, nah. Maybe one day, but not right now. Nah, I feel like that's a big challenge, man. That's a big mental challenge.
The SEALs?
Yeah, for sure. Watching that training stuff look dope, but like.
Yeah. Now that like.
But no, being on a boat that long is like, it is like sucky, but like at the same time, it's just like, man, like it's not the end of the world, So I just, I looked at it. It has more pros than cons, and I was like, if this is what I want to do, I got to make a career. I'm 26. I got to do something.
Right.
So it's like I don't want to keep wasting time.
And think about 20 years. You can. And a lot of people, especially like my parents, after they retired, they kept working. Like they both had to find another job that they worked for 10 plus more years.
Yeah.
So, but if you really were doing the baseline, you're 24.
26.
26. Mm-hmm. In 20 years, 46 years old, you could be retired.
Yeah.
Which is, in this day and age, is
crazy.
You see 46-year-olds, bro, they're still punching the clock every day.
Yeah.
And they have to.
Yeah.
You could
Most
come
people
out.
retire, but 65 plus?
Yeah. I think the retirement, like for my retirement, is like 59 and a half.
Yeah.
Which, bro,
that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. That's another, like, think about it, you're 30. That's another 30. And
yeah.
It's a whole lifetime.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, the workforce and everything like that, man, it is crazy to think about. I feel like we do overwork ourselves in America, and it's something we could definitely do better.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a lot of things, like with me traveling and seeing the world and seeing how other countries are. When you just visit a place, you see the good things. So I can't really say for certain.
Right. You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know how the work week is. Like even when I went to Japan, that was sweet. And but you definitely see a lot of people working. Everybody's got their suit and tie on, in the trains, and it's like, yeah, I'm a visitor, so it's like, damn, this is sweet, but you don't know how the work life is, there,
right?
So it's definitely like that's definitely a place I want to move to. Is Japan. It was sweet, man. It was.
And you're in the Army could put you there.
Well, the Navy.
The Navy could put you there.
It could. I'm hoping I get stationed there, but that's not.
Why did you pick the Navy, why the
my
Navy?
Tattoos.
Oh, so the Army.
Yeah. No. Well, so my first choice was the Air Force.
Air Force.
But they told me my neck tattoo was a little too high up.
This one right here?
When I was younger,
behind your ear? Or behind your...
It's in the back. At first, it was my hand tattoo when I was younger. Then they changed some, like, rules and stuff. And then it became my neck tattoo. So, couldn't do the Air Force, which was okay, I talked to the Navy, and it's actually crazy. A lot of people don't know this. The Navy actually has more planes than the Air Force. So,
really?
Yeah. So, you got to think about all those, like, on those aircraft carriers, those all Navy.
True.
So yeah, so most pilots are in the Navy. So
dang, I see those videos too. Those guys on those big ass boats in the plane. Yep. Have you seen them? How they catch the plane?
Yep.
That's insane.
So it's actually crazy because that's what I'm going in for. Is it's called Airman Pass. So I really didn't pick a job. I'll be learning how to do a few jobs like such as airman, like airman electronics, or like what was it? Called like aviation administration or air traffic controller, different jobs. So hopefully I could choose one of them. There's definitely some cool jobs. There was one like I think it's called like air crewman. I can't remember what it was called, but that one is like you go on missions and stuff. You like go in and help people, or like if they need extraction or stuff like that.
Like a deployment.
Yeah.
Is that something that is interesting to you?
It does sound interesting. It sounds scary in a sense, but once you learn how to do it, you do it every once in a while, you probably get used to it. And one thing I was talking about to a friend too is like somebody's got to do it.
Right.
Every job in the military, I don't care what it is, cook, cleaning, whatever you do, it's meaningful. I feel like everybody has their own job, and I feel like it has to be done.
I'm glad you said that, bro, because obviously having a military background, like literally, military was my life. We moved like maybe 7 times before I got into high school.
Yeah.
So like everybody you move around, you're on military bases. So the kids you go to school with, they're in the military too. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe it's just because it's 2025 and social media, all the attention gets to like the dancers and like girls shaking their butts.
Yeah.
Bro, I have so much respect for everybody in the military. I don't care what you do. Because imagine if people stop signing up for the military, bro.
Exactly.
We'd be fucked.
And look how big our military is. To think about, some countries don't even have a military.
Right.
You know, and I think, like I said, in a negative way. I think, me personally, I think a lot of people that are 18 when they first finish high school, they need that discipline. You know, and they definitely do need like a guidance, because they don't have it, especially in the like inner cities.
Right.
You know, these kids, like, they need some help, and then they just go and make stupid decisions. And I know some countries it's like mandatory to serve for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I think when you're fresh 18,
It's like
it
Israel.
should be.
I agree.
Some type of. Now, I'm not saying send them to war. I'm saying, like, you know,
boot camp, in the gyms,
exactly.
running.
Some type of guidance, you know, so maybe a year or two, and like make it mandatory, because it's like we need this. The way this country is going, it's only going downhill.
Yeah.
So it's like people aren't making the good decisions. And, you know, I'm not saying everybody in the military is a good person, but I'm definitely just saying it sets that discipline up.
100%. And like you said, those inner city kids,
Yeah.
they would probably do really well in the military.
Yeah.
Because they can battle, go through like. As much as I love doing these podcasts virtually, I much rather sit down and talk to somebody one-on-one in person. I can look at them, I can feel the energy that they're giving off, and it's just a better vibe. So if you know anybody that would be interested or that would be a good guest for the podcast show, please get us in contact, put us together, or just relay them my information. I would love to sit down and talk to them. And with that, I will continue to do my best to improve my podcasting skills and my interviewing skills to one day bring on bigger guests that you would love to see me collab with. What's the word? Like, not like hard times, but like, damn, I'm glashing on the word. Like variabilities, like when shit's not going right, they usually, I feel like they could pull themselves through.
I feel like when you're in the inner city, you're more accustomed to like trouble, because it's like way more like around. You got violence, you got drugs, you know, you got just bad things for you. And I just definitely think, like I said, that discipline is something that they really need. Like even in like when you watch these high school sports teams and you see the inner city schools now starting to struggle with sports sometimes because they lack discipline. And I feel like that's something that they would need. And I feel like that'll get us on the right track to moving forward.
Yeah,
something better.
I agree, bro. Because if I would have known what I know now, like especially from like experience and seeing like friends and family do it after the army, I would have joined the military right away and did because I didn't know. Because again, I had military background, so my parents, I was like, "Oh, military, you have to do 20 years. That's the 20-year thing."
You definitely don't.
You don't. You could do 4 years,
still get the benefits.
And get the benefits, bro. Or I have a buddy, his name is Trey. Shout out to my dude Trey. He was actually scared to be on the podcast, bro, and I will never let you down, bro. He was one of the ones that were scared to do it. But even for him, he went into the military a few years after high school, and he had like a discharge, like an honorable discharge. So now he's not in the military and just sits back and collects a check every single month and can still do whatever he wants. Like, dang, bro, if I could have just, obviously I'm not trying to hack the system or put any like weird voodoo on people that have done that. But shit, I would have gone in the military, took a bullet, you know, a little graze.
And that's another thing people like, the misconception, man. If you go to the military, like, they're like, oh, you got to go to war. That's not true, man.
That's not true.
There's so many jobs that's not going to war.
Right.
And I definitely, my hat's off to the people that do go to war. You know, it's just, it's a scary experience. But, you know, when you do something like this, there's no guarantee you're going to be in, like, action or in harm's way at that. There's so many people I've talked to already in the military, and they said, like, bro, I've never been in, like, any type of, like...
danger or
nothing.
anything. That's how my mom was.
Yeah, no PTSD, no nothing like that. So, like I said, I definitely have my hats off to people that have been through that. But
what is your scariest, like, what is, like, the most fearful thing for you going into it? Like, there has to be something on your mind that's like, dang.
Nothing.
Really?
I'm not scared at all. See, but when I was talking about my faith, man, that's another big thing too, man. You got to fear nothing. Fear God. You know, it's like you got to put it in God's hands. What are you afraid of? You know, I'm not afraid of death, no born. You know, I'm not afraid of certain things. It's just like, you got to put it in God's hands. I try to cast all my worries onto Him. It is tough. You know, I used to struggle with that mentally, but now it's like, after losing my mom, man, it's just, you really like, I wouldn't say don't care about a lot of things. It's just like, you just keep it pushing, man.
It's like
things are gonna happen, you know. Yeah, it's just like, so that hurt that I felt, you know, I would never feel that again. But it's just like, there's definitely things in the military that happen to people that are upsetting or stuff like that. So I would just say losing my comrades, man. You know, losing people you know. That'd probably be the biggest fear I'll have. Because yeah, I don't know these people right now, but
You build.
you build relationships, and it's like, you know, you're talking about SEALs or something like that. I don't know how that really works if you meet them and stuff, but like just being able to see them, or even a pilot. You know, you live with pilots, so it's like, what if a pilot goes down or something? You know what I mean? So that's my
Yeah.
biggest fear, is losing my comrades, man. So it's just, you want everybody to be safe. You want nobody's in harm's way. So even, you know, me as a person, I don't even want the enemy in harm's way. You know, I don't want nobody in harm's way. You know, like my goal is to go in there and not hurt nobody. You know, I wish we could. There was no war. You know, so, but it's definitely a pride thing. You know, these politicians, they got too much pride, and I think it's men. You know, men got too much pride sometimes.
Right. Greed,
Yeah.
hunger,
hunger, money, power.
power.
Power is the biggest thing. Once
Yeah.
you get that power, it's like they want to keep on with that. You know, it's definitely some things I don't agree with, or I see around
Like
the world.
military wise, or just life?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not gonna agree with everything. Like, think about what SEALs do, man. Like, they do these special missions and stuff. You think they want to do some of the stuff they do?
Probably not. They have no idea.
They have no idea. Like, the government might say, hey, this is a bad guy. This guy might not even be bad to a SEAL, technically. He could be helping people, but it's not helping America.
Right.
So they have to do this mission and do what they're told. And it's like, I think that fucks people up in a certain way too. Like, you got, and like, that's what I say about those type of guys, like trained assassins. It's like, you know, like they do their job, they do as they're told, and sometimes they don't want to do that. You think, like, there's probably somebody that wanted to tell their boss, fuck you, fuck off, I'm not doing that. Or like, they have a target. I was watching this show called Dark Wolf, and he had a target, and his boss was basically saying, you can't go get that guy, even though he just killed your friend, like, because he was helping the CIA.
That's
you know,
tough.
and it's just, that's tough shit that they have to go through. So it's like, you really got to think about that. That's why I have so much respect for them, is because you don't know what that person is going through, man. These people are fighting for you to stay safe at home, and I hate, that's one thing I really hate, man. Like, I understand America has problems. It definitely does, and you know, we're at war with ourselves sometimes. But I hate when people say, like, I hate America, or this and that, because it's like, bro, that's just like saying, like, fuck that troop that's fighting for his life every day.
For you.
For you.
To go to Starbucks at noon on a Thursday.
We don't really think about that, man. It's like, when you look at these other countries, and like, say Ukraine, these people are at war. You know, these people are like thankful for those people. They're at war in their own country. If we had a war here, I promise you, a lot of people would feel really different about the military.
I agree.
Yeah,
they would be on the streets with their. And back in the day, you know, like they used to, like, parades were like a sign of like national appreciation.
And I think, like I said, it's the politicians part that people say they hate America and stuff like that. You could say, I don't like this politician, or and even like that. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate no politician or nothing. I hate what they stand for, and I hate what they do, but I don't hate them as a person.
Right. They're just doing their job.
Them. Exactly.
Most of the time.
And I always tell people, man, you hype up this politician and you hate this one. I'm going to tell you one thing. All politicians lie. They all tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? They say they're going to change this, change that. Name one president or name one government person that said that did everything they said they were going to do. No one.
You know who I thought?
They can't.
You know who I thought was that guy for me? Obama.
Well, but listen.
I thought he was the man, bro.
Listen, not even that. We won't get into names, but with him, let's just say an instance. He wants to do things, right? He said he wanted to do things. But can he do everything? There's a thing called Senate. You cannot do everything that you say you want to do. You can say, oh, I want to take the people out of Afghanistan. He could have said that. But if the Senate says no, they ain't going nowhere.
He doesn't have all the pull.
A lot of people don't understand that. Just because you're the leader doesn't mean, like, you know, this is a diplomacy. You know, like, people, it's like a group of people.
Right.
It's not one person making the decision. You know, so it's definitely like, and I always say that too, man. Like, one thing about being a leader, man, it does suck. Like, you don't think about what that person goes through as a leader. You know, it's a stressful job, man. And it's also like, every president, it's sad to say, or every leader, you know, you're going to get blood on your hands. And it does suck. You know, it's just like some innocents get hurt on the way. And it does suck. You know, it's life, you know. And even with the crime here, you know, it's just like sometimes people get killed and they weren't even part of the situation.
It's sad.
So it is sad. It's tough to think about, but like, you just really got to choose the side of like what you're fighting for. And, you know, America is what we're fighting for, freedom. And it's just like, yeah, do we make 100% good decisions? Hell no.
Right.
What country does? So just got to keep it pushing, man. And I think like me joining the military, like it's the pros was outweighing the cons, and I think it's a good decision for me for right now, and it's definitely a career I'm willing to like keep going for. So.
Oh yeah. Well, shit, man. Thank you for your service. And
Yeah, no, for sure.
'cause I think about that stuff, especially like the war, and even though we're not at war, we definitely have some like American militaries that are out at these wars.
Yeah, you got to think about all the missions you don't hear about.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we don't hear about and that doesn't hit the news.
And a lot of the stuff that's really serious is the shit we don't hear about.
And that's another thing. I feel like that's a problem. Is a lot of people, they look at the news or even TikTok now, man. I feel like TikTok is a good thing but a bad thing. So if you want to make your videos cool, whatever, do your thing. But I feel like a lot of people like they say, man, people will believe anything nowadays. And that's a
especially
bad
if it's
thing.
on TikTok.
Yeah,
my girl will see someone on
TikTok and she be like,
we should do this and this. I'm like, where'd you see that? TikTok. Like,
or not even that. They'll tell you like, oh, I heard this from where? TikTok. And it's like,
are they an
heard it
expert?
from a random person.
Right. It could be me and you.
They
Just
could literally say, we're going to war right now and nothing is happening. It's just, and then even the news, like sometimes the news don't tell you the truth, or they tell you, see, I feel like the biggest problem with our news nowadays is so negative.
Yeah, you don't
see nothing happy on the news.
You don't
see nothing positive on the news. Maybe one headline, but like everything you see on the news is negative. You got
Always.
CNN bashing Trump, saying he's doing everything terrible, and you got Fox saying he's doing everything great, bashing everybody else. So it's like, who can you trust? No one. So it's like I don't go to the news. I just go by how I live, man. And I think we gotta live real life, real now. Stop being on our phones and watching TVs and like believing everything. That's the main thing. Do your research first.
Yes,
do your
bro.
research first. So it's like, and I feel like that's a lot of people's problem. They make decisions based on other people. Do it for you.
You're firing me up right now because it's so freaking true, man.
Do it for you, man. Like I feel like that's the biggest problem is people making decisions off of other people's decisions. Stop following. The only thing we should be following is Jesus Christ. So, and I feel like that's another problem, man. It's just people say they believe in Jesus Christ, but they don't put him first. You gotta
say that because it's nice to have that title, like,
and they don't want to be judged if they didn't.
And
which is okay, man. So I try to talk to people about God. I don't try to like press it on you. I just try to talk to it about it to you.
Yeah.
I feel like He is the only way. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. They'd be like, well, if I live this good life, you could live a good life. You could be a good person. But if you don't believe in Jesus Christ as a Savior, you're going nowhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
He can see through all that
exactly.
the titling, the labeling.
And like I said, I feel like a lot of people, they say they believe in Jesus Christ, but they don't put Him first. They put other things first. They put materialistic things first. None of this stuff is going to be buried with you. None of this stuff is coming with you, bro.
I think about that stuff all the time. I tell my girl that too. Is like the cat, because she always wants to like, and she knows this too. So she's like, "Oh, we want to do everything together." I'm like, "Babe, some things you have to do on your own.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one of us going in that casket at a time."
And not even that. It's like with my brothers, my cousins, my family. I'll tell you about Jesus Christ, and my brother actually, he's gotten closer with God, and he's actually taught me a lot of things too. Because I thought, he taught me actually that, like, if you could be a good person, you could do all these good things, but if you don't accept Jesus Christ, there's nothing for you. And it's like, that's all, like I said, putting like God first, like people, and this is a big one for me. When somebody was to disrespect your mom, let's just say you an instance, you would get pissed, right? You would get angry. And that's a good thing. Nobody disrespect your mama. But if somebody was to disrespect God, you say nothing. And I feel like that's a lot of people. They defend people, but they won't defend God. So one thing is like, if you don't believe in God, that's fine with me. But I won't let you disrespect Him. It's just like, that's just too far for me. And I feel like that's a lot of people. You got to put God first, man. And that's a big thing for me.
Were you always like faith
I've always had faith.
And that came from
growing up and just like learning and going to Bible school and stuff like that.
So that came does that stem from your parents? Like,
well, my mom, she was always big on faith, and I feel like that was another thing. Like my mom passing, I was at ease because she said Jesus is King, and like so she I know she was God was welcoming her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I knew she was a person and she believed in Jesus as our Lord and Savior, so I wasn't worried. And that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people worry about death because they say, "Where am I going?" But if you believe in Jesus Christ as the Savior, you shouldn't worry.
You're good.
That's why I don't worry.
You're in God's
like,
hands.
Remember I said I don't fear.
Yeah.
So it's like, why? And it's somewhere it's better than here. And that's another thing. People think this life is so good, but it's something better for us. There's no pain. There's no suffering. Like, how are we not happy and joyful to go to a place like that?
Right.
You know?
Dang, don't make it too sweet, bro. I might
Nah.
go there a little early.
Nah, that's how I be feeling. Like, bro, you should want that. Like, that's why I say, why are we fearing death? It's like, why? If you believe in our Lord and Savior, it's like, you should be happy. Like, I get to see him. You know what I mean? It's just like...
And it's so true. I listened to a podcast the other day. I forgot. I wish I could refer back to it. But they were saying, like, everybody's so happy at birth, but they're not happy at death. Yeah. Death should be just as exciting as joyful as being born should be.
Does it suck to lose my mom? Of course. But why am I... Like, me and my brother talking about, why are we upset?
Right.
She's with our Lord and Savior now. It's just like we have to be happy for her. My mom isn't in pain no more. My mom had lupus for 20 plus years, brother. She was in pain for 20 plus years, fighting just for us. My mom got to see me grow up, so it's like, I'm grateful, man. It's just like, for her now to be such a fighter or such a warrior, and even like with people like that are sick, man, I pray for them. I do. You know, I'm upset that they're in pain, but when they die, I'm joyful. There's no more pain.
No more pain.
You know, so it's definitely like tough to like come to like
you gotta make it
died. You know, but like yeah, it does suck not having my mom here. Life has been like I always say, man, like this shit whack. That's what I like to say, but like I always just try to think positive because it's like, you know, this isn't the end, you know.
Damn, bro.
And I feel like a lot of people they gotta put in their minds, man. This life is temporary. This isn't forever. You know, I always say like, yeah, it doesn't base how good of a person you are, but still be a good person. I like try to live your life as much as like Jesus did. So try to be a good person. Teach people about God and Jesus. You know, it's just, but nobody is gonna be perfect. Nobody is gonna live 100% by the Bible. But one thing I don't like also is like, don't say you're such a good person, such a Christian, but then you treat other people bad. So it's like, yeah, that won't get you into heaven, but I still feel like you should be a good person. Because when you like learn about Jesus and like learn about how he was, like when people were mean to each other, people are like, you know, he wouldn't get angry with them. You know, he would just be upset with them. Like, why are you acting like this? That's not who I am.
Right, because I'm inside of you. The guy that I had on the podcast last time, we talked about a lot of this stuff, and he was, the one thing that stuck with me was, I forgot exactly how he said it, but he was like, basically like God is like in you doing these things. So like when you're presented at the end of at the end of your life and you're going to present a God and he can see himself in you. Like it's not based off of your actions or obviously, you know, you want to do good and be good to people, but like if he sees you himself in you is like that thing.
Yeah. And I definitely feel like, do I have questions? Of course. Everybody does.
Right.
It's hard not to. You know,
at least if you're smart and you're like...
Yeah. And I feel like that's why, you know, we was talking about do that research. I do a lot of research, man, and it's like the research I've done, it's hard to deny God. You know, it's hard. You for people that do, it's like, how do you? You know, it's just so much proof. And
then the one question that gets me is how do you not believe God? Is where did all this shit come from?
No, and it's like, you know, you have your questions, but it's like nobody's 100% knowledgeable. And it's like, bro, would you really even want to know it all?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. There's definitely some dark truth. You know, some things that we don't want to know. And I definitely feel like I don't want to know.
You don't want to know. And just to touch on that, there's a Netflix show I just watched called American Primeval. Have you heard of that one?
I don't think so.
Bro, it's basically like a docu-series of like how the first American settlers, when they came to the United States, and the Indians were already here and they didn't know that. Bro.
Yeah, brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I'm talking like families slaughtered, wives slaughtered. Like,
and that's another thing to think about, man.
Imagine, real quick. Imagine if in today's age,
if that was happening.
Oh my God, bro.
And that's another thing, like when you learn about like the early 1500s or stuff like that, people were willing to die for Jesus. People were willing to die for the religion. People now, it's like, are you willing to die for like Jesus?
Death was so like just
they
like
would say-
common. It was like just a
Yeah.
thing.
And they would say, defy Jesus, and like say he wasn't the king, and they would say, why would I do that? If you learn about the apostles or like the saints, is what about how they died. Dude, one was skinned alive.
Hold
One
on.
was like,
Fill me up on the Saints, cause I don't
well,
know
I
too
don't
much.
like 100% know their names. I know like there's Luke, there's James, there's John. When you like see the Bible names,
Okay.
that's most of them. Paul. It's just like.
So those, and excuse me, because I'm not too
That's all right.
knowledgeable
Yeah.
about this topic. So I always see like you see like John's
Yeah.
9:48. So
Yeah.
those are, I didn't know that those were names of people.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those were the 12 apostles. So it's like, they all have like their part of the Bible telling their own stories. But like I said, there's Matthew also. But yeah, so when you look, like one thing I'll tell people is like learn about their deaths. Like they were willing to die for their faith. One was like, he said, I am not worthy to be put on the cross. He was going to be put on the cross. So he got put on the cross, but upside down.
Damn.
I believe that was Peter. And he said, I am not worthy. And then another one was skinned alive. Another one was stoned to death. When you hear about
Brutal
these deaths, yeah,
deaths.
it's brutal. And it's just like, these guys were good people, like teaching the word of God. And they got that's one thing I am truly grateful to them for. I feel like a lot of people don't give them the respect they deserve is because they taught the religion and they spread it. They spread the good word, and look how far it got so fast.
Right. I mean,
You
we're
know what
still
I mean?
talking about it today.
They were in Jerusalem and they spread it to like Italy, to England. Like they spread it. Yeah, they died for their cause, but it was for a good cause. And like I was saying, put God first. If you ask somebody right now, like think about these Bible stories, and Abraham was going to kill his only son for God. So it's like, would you be able to do something like that if God asked you to?
Yeah.
It's just
Some of those.
It's tough things that like like I said, some stories in the Bible it's scary, man. Especially the Old Testament. It was like brutal. Some things were brutal, and it's just like it was hard. But once like the New Testament came, it's just like it was like Old Testament was like a strict God. And then the New Testament came and it was a loving God, But he's always
like,
been loving.
the Old Testament is like old Josiah, and then the New is like tattooed Jesus.
No, it's definitely like, I feel like he's always been loving. I would just say, I feel personally, he was frustrated. That people, like, they just weren't getting it. Like, I'm here loving you and you just defy everything I say. It's just, it's tough to think about. And like I said, I'm just happy I got closer with God, and I try not to worry about things and just try to be a better person. I know there's definitely things I need to work on, but like you said, we're human.
Right.
So,
is there one story in the Bible or one like something that sticks with you or that like is really impactful for you?
Yeah, I would say Moses. His patience. And also another one was Solomon. When King Solomon, God said, what would you like? Basically, like, is there something I can give you? In his dream, and he said, wisdom and knowledge. So every time I pray, I ask for wisdom and knowledge, like Solomon. And it's definitely something I ask for because it's a great story, man. Because he asked for wisdom and knowledge, and he became such a great king. But like you said, we're human. He made bad decisions. God told him, don't marry other women for other tribes because they don't believe in me. They believe in other gods. And he did. I think he had like hundreds of wives.
Dang.
He had all this money. And because God even said, like, since you asked for something, he was like, I'm surprised you didn't ask for money. So God was like, just for that, I'll give you wisdom and knowledge and money and power. So they always said he was the richest man ever.
King Solomon.
Son of King David. So, yeah, he had everything, and he ruined it. He was led astray by these women. I'm not saying women are bad, not at all.
But they can lead you off of your path that you need to be on.
No. It's just
it is true.
He did what God told him not to do, and look at what happened. Like his kingdom, like it was a big.
How did
downfall.
he die?
I think it was just old age. It wasn't nothing like crazy. I don't believe. But he should have listened. You know, and it's just like stupid decisions gives you like stupid outcomes. It's just like He could have been the great. He was one of the greatest kings, but he could have been the greatest. You know, if you just listen. Even like his father, King David, was a great king, but he made dumb decisions. You know, he slept with somebody else's wife, and then God, like, the baby wasn't born. Basically, it died, and then yeah. So it's just, and that's Old Testament. So it's like those are stories. Like, it's sad, but it's just like, you know, if you just would have listened.
Right.
You know, I feel like a lot of people, they go to other sources, and God was basically saying, "Come to me."
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
What about Moses?
Moses, it was like,
I love hearing these stories
Yeah.
because, like, I don't know, like, I am actively trying to get more knowledgeable, like you
Same.
said,
No,
knowledgeable
same, 'cause
about
I
it.
definitely don't know 100%. Like, some of this stuff, I say, like, you know, like, it's not 100% true, or like some
Yeah.
of my stories might be messed up. And somebody, if you want to fact check me, that's fine. I'm just trying to teach the gospel.
Right. Hey, but at least, like, you're actively trying to
Yeah,
increase your
yeah.
knowledge. But when I hear all these stories and, like, when somebody like you kind of just summarizes what happens,
Yeah.
for me, not being so into it, you see it how it applies in today's life.
Well, what I'll tell you to do, some people have some good YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll watch a lot of those. Because I don't even go to church. It's just not for me. And that's okay. You know, I don't knock people that go
And I
to
learned
church.
from the last podcast that you don't need to go
You
to
don't.
church to
You
be
don't.
considered
You're
a
not.
good Christian or a man of faith.
And me and my brother talked about that too, because he does go, and he doesn't knock me for not going, because I even said I like praying on my own. And I think that's better for people that don't believe, or people that are just getting into it, to pray alone, pray in silence, because you feel a closer connection. But Moses, like I said, the patience. A lot of people don't know this too. He had I think it was a stuttering problem. So he would have his brother talk for him.
Damn.
A lot of people didn't know that, but he had a lot of patience, because he actually killed a man. You know, you ever seen that movie, Prince of Egypt?
I have not.
No, that's a cartoon movie. It was really good. So like, a lot of these stories are just stories I've learned from a kid.
Yeah.
Or even like my mom, she would read us these like little Bible stories. It was like a Bible book for kids, and you would learn a lot. Like even my name is from the Bible.
Right.
So he was a king.
I was gonna ask
it's
about
just,
your story.
Yeah. So I try to learn from like that story a little bit too. He was like one of the youngest kings. He was like 9.
Okay, young king.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he like led his country, but he was like saying, don't praise me, praise God, even if I'm a king, you know. And
that's like fitting for you. Your mom named you that. She probably knew the story of Josiah and everything.
Sure. And so back to Moses, he had a lot of patience, because he was like, one thing he said that reaches out like a lot was like, why me? And God told him, why not you? I chose you, and I don't make mistakes.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's like, that's how I feel as a person. Like, why would God choose me? Why would God die for me?
Why not you?
Why not? Why not you? You know, you make your own decisions, and I definitely feel like what Moses, like he said, he didn't make a mistake. And look at the story. He didn't. He chose a leader. But like, a lot of stuff was like Moses' frustration, because after the flood, not the flood, but when they walked through the sea after that, it was tough for them, man. For weeks, they didn't have food, no water.
Yeah.
God made it happen for them. He just said, you got to believe in me. And that's like, I feel like people, they go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and they give up faith. He's putting you to the test. Yeah, man, it's tough out here, of course.
Dang, that's a good way to look at it.
But no, one thing it never says in the Bible, if you're a person of faith, it's going to be easy. It never says that. It never says it's going to be easy if you have faith in me. He's going to put you through tests. He's going to put you through struggles. He's going to put you through pain. Look at how we have it, bro. Do we have it 100% made? No. But we live a good life. Look at other places. And one thing I try to think about the slaves back then. These people were getting killed, whipped, going through pain, struggle, and a lot of them never lost faith in God. So it's like, who am I to go through these stuff and give up faith? And now look at my mom. Who am I? She never gave up faith. Yeah, she was upset, probably asked God, why me? Why does this happen to me? But it's like, for her to go through that, or other people go through these pains and struggles, and then me not believe, and I only go through I go through stuff, but like, people that have it way worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's selfish, bro. It's selfish. And a lot of people are selfish.
Yeah. So true, bro.
Yeah.
And I honestly wish more people thought like that, because I feel like you could see, at least I just refer to the gym because I really don't get too much like social But like, so the gym's like the place where you can like see people that are like battling or struggling with something.
Yeah.
That it really like weighs on them.
No, for real.
And then you can see because everybody has their problems. You can see people that they might have problems, but like they just continue to show up.
Yeah.
Like, and just have good energy.
No, for sure.
Doesn't weigh them down. You can
Yeah.
see the weight on people. I
Yeah.
feel like, at least I can.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely see that. Like people, you could definitely tell when somebody's upset and not trying to be talking. And I'm always an upbeat person, man. I'm just.
You got Jesus in you, bro.
Yeah, you know it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's.
But now, you said you wanted to talk to me about Japan.
Yeah, bro. Because I remember, when was it? It was like 2 years ago when you were working at the Planet Fitness and you were talking about
Going.
Yeah. That was about 2 years ago. Because I was just about to move to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying that you were gonna try to make it happen, and you made it happen, bro.
Yeah, I did make it happen.
I need you to walk me through like the very first when you're planning. Like, did you plan this?
Well, so me and my boy, shout out to my bro Chase. We travel a lot. You know, we'll go to different places and stuff. We've been to Italy, Mexico,
Damn.
Greece, London. And then I'm like, bro, I gotta go to Japan. This is like my dream. And then I was looking up tickets, bro. And one thing like, is this thing called a firm. And you could
The buy now, pay later.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck it, why not?
Right.
So
I didn't even think about doing that for travel.
Oh yeah, bro. American Airlines accepts it. So I did that. I paid like $1,000 for my ticket. But bro, once you pay your ticket, everything else is like when you go with people. And then we also went with our friend Esme. She came along, and because like she was iffy at first, because she was like, you two guys, and I don't want to be the only girl, whatever. And we're like, no, come, like, we're gonna have some fun. And she was still iffy, and I'm like, when are you ever gonna have this chance again? And she had an absolute blast. So it's like, anyways, when you're looking at pricing and stuff, I'm gonna tell you, most places the ticket's expensive, but once you get there, you're fine.
You're good.
Most places, like. Look at Vietnam or something like that, or like Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
The ticket is mad expensive, $2,000, close to $1,500.
Once you get there.
But once you get there, you balling.
Yeah.
What I try to do is look at Airbnb prices, because the cheaper it is, the cheaper the place is. Like the city.
Oh, the cheaper the living is, the cheaper. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
makes
like
sense. Makes sense.
We got a Greece Airbnb for like 10 days for like $700.
It was probably nice
and
too.
Split in two.
Yeah.
It's like $350 each.
Dang.
Exactly. So it's like, or like 400, but still, like once you pay off that stuff, the Airbnb, the ticket. So we try to do that first.
Before you even take flight.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you got that covered.
Well, that's huge, because then you're out there and you're like, dang, bro, I'm running low on funds, or I got to pay this stuff off. But if you get out there, okay.
So then we got money for out there.
Yeah.
So we did that for Japan. We were like looking at Airbnbs. It was 3 of us, and we all wanted our own bedroom. So in Japan, in Tokyo at least, the houses closest to like the big cities are like 1 bedroom small houses, or 2 bedroom small houses.
That's just culturally how they live.
Yeah. So we kind of got a place about 30 minutes away from the big city, about from Shibuya.
Shibuya?
Yeah. And it fit all of us. It was a nice place. Bro, man, it's just such a culture shock. People are very nice, very polite. They don't stare or nothing like that. When people are saying, "Oh, people are gonna stare at you," like, nah, they don't really do all that. Yeah. They focus on their own thing, man. A lot of people just be on their phones. And
right.
stuff.
I mean, you see the videos, and it's just massive amounts of people, and they're all walking like this.
It is a lot of people. It is a lot of people. But like I said, they're really nice. They bump into you, a little bit. Some people here, fucking watch it.
Yeah.
They'll bow at you like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, like, I'm sorry. Yeah. So it's just, it's very different. It reminded me like of a New York, but way cleaner and way nicer. Yeah. So
like getting off the plane, was it like when you got off the plane, you're like, damn, what is this?
Well,
what are these signs?
No, the signs for real.
Like, what
the
is
language is very different, but they have signs in English, so it helps out. When we got there, I was just so excited. I'm a big anime fan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Yeah. It was just like a place I want to live there. So it's like I was like, man, I gotta go. I gotta visit it first, And it was everything I thought it would be.
Really?
So first we were in Tokyo, and man, that was just sweet. The food was good. It was cheap. Average meal was like $7.
And it was Japanese food or American food?
Japanese.
Okay, like
ramen, sushi, Kobe steak, all shit like that.
Okay, so shit that we kind of eat here
Here,
too.
but like better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see on the videos
And
sometimes.
the ramen is top tier. Like,
Is it?
Yeah, and it's cheap. It's like $7.
Dang.
The
Ramen
most I
sounds
paid
so
for a
good.
meal, I paid for me and my friend Esme, and I only paid $41, and that was for Wagyu steak.
Damn, the best steak you can get.
Yeah. So it was like $41, and it's the most I paid. Man, it was a thrill, man. And one thing I thought like it was kind of shocking, but I wasn't too shocked. Their liquor, it don't really hit as hard, and I think it's watered down. Cause we went out one night, and a Don Julio shot here is like $15. There it was $6.
Six, because it's half water.
Yeah, it was. I felt like it was half water. I took the shot so easy. I'm like, this don't taste right.
Have you ever tried sake?
Yeah, it's weird because when I first tried it, he was like, "Would you like a hot or cold?" And I'm like,
"Yep." That hot sake low key hits.
So I tried both, and the hot sake did hit. It was different, but it was good.
It is different. Yeah, I tried it the first time. I didn't know what it was
I had
either.
steak ramen in that day, and that was good too. But it's just so much to do out there. You're never gonna get bored. I feel
it's a 24/7, isn't it? Like,
and there's 7-Elevens are the bomb.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
They're like restaurants.
Yeah, they got so much shit in there. And
a 7-Eleven is like our Meijer.
Basically, we went there almost every day, and there's so many.
Dang.
There's so many, and they have like I would try something new every day. They had like this egg sandwich. It was okay. It was good tasting, but they put too much like egg filling, egg salad filling. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but then they had the strawberry and cream one, and that one was really good. Then they had like this
from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then they had a chicken cutlet one, and it was pretty good too.
Damn.
Yeah, and there was just so much different things you would try. I would try something new every day. They got tons of snacks.
That's what you're there for, though. To try some new shit.
So, and just the traveling, man, and, you know, going out here and there. One thing that kind of fucked me up was, like, the third day. It's like a 12-hour challenge.
Yo, stop posting content that your mom even scrolls by. Seriously, it's embarrassing. Momentum Media Team takes your boring-ass posts and turns them into scroll-stopping, double-tap-worthy, holy shit, who made this content? They handle content marketing, social media management, video editing, full-on video production. You just sit back and look like a genius. Momentum Media Team got you covered. Go get famous online without doing any of the hard work. Oh, seriously though. At Momentum Media Team, me and my guys are very good at taking people's passions and hobbies and bringing them online and building a legit audience and a legit network of people that like, know, and trust you. So if you've been on the fence about doing it, either because you don't want to be embarrassed, or it's too much work, or you don't know how to do it, or what to say, seriously, shoot us an email at momentummediateam@gmail.com. Let's have a discovery call, and you too, we can get you online, up and running in no time.
So, like, the sleep fucked me up.
Like you were
I was knocked out.
During the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll try, like, you know, I'm like, damn, I'm tired. But another thing we did, so after that, we hit Kyoto.
What time of year was this?
March. We usually do a trip for my birthday every year. So
okay.
Like, that's when I'll go.
So was it cold, or what was the weather like?
It was a little chilly. It snowed like 2 days, and it mostly rained. But I'm not really too bad on that. So we went to Kyoto for a few days. That was okay. I like Tokyo more. Kyoto's definitely more of a more chill, laid back, old school.
Gotcha.
It's like they got
more traditional.
Yeah, they got more of the older buildings and stuff than Tokyo does. Tokyo was definitely more upbeat, a lot of lights. I like to say it was like a Vegas.
A lot of advertisements. It looks.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I've seen.
No,
like,
definitely was.
Kind of like Vegas. Like has like the lights, the big buildings, and like the New York where they always have ads going on.
How I said it was. Their cities are like states, or like their cities in Tokyo are like big cities. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that, but Tokyo is basically like the main city, but there's like districts in Tokyo that are huge.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like Michigan, like how they have like Wyoming and Rockford.
Yeah. So
Granville.
Tokyo is massive, so many people, but you'll hop on a train, you'll go to different places. Like I said, Shibuya was about 30 minutes, but that was one. So Shibuya kind of looked like New York. That's the one you see when people crossing the crosswalk.
Okay, so that's Shibuya.
Yep. Shinjuku was more like a Vegas. A lot of lights. You got women trying to like get you to come to like not their home. I'm trying to think of what they say, like their bars and stuff
Gotcha.
outside with signs.
Yeah.
Know.
Promoters.
Yeah. Then Ginza was like Chicago, luxury stores.
Gotcha.
More chill, laid back, and that was nice too.
Americanized a little bit, maybe.
Looked like it. Gucci, probably.
Oh, okay.
That's not really American stuff, but like
Yeah.
stuff like that. McDonald's.
Material.
Yeah, material stuff. That was Ginza, and every different city had different stuff. So that's why I said you could go anywhere, man. And then I think it's Asakusa, and that was one of my favorite cities because they had some good food there. But that was more like it had a castle and a lot of tours.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was dope though. I like Asakusa, and that was sweet. Like I said, they had a lot of good food, and there was like these puffy pancakes. We went to Shibuya for that. The fluffy ones. Ever seen those?
No.
Dude.
You did this. How big are these pancakes, bro?
They're like this.
Okay.
They're fluffy, and they're not like skinny pancakes.
Oh, so like they're this wide, but they're like tall.
Yeah. Not too tall, but like so they're like this, but then like that height. So
it tastes like a regular pancake.
Better.
Really?
Yeah, but it was good. Those were good, and yeah, just seeing the culture, man. And then we also went to Osaka. I like Osaka too, and they had like this shopping, like it was just like a straight 2 blocks of like just stuff, food.
Is that where you can get like Jordans like on discount? Is that or maybe that's like Korea, I think, actually. Yeah. Or China.
Yeah,
probably China.
One of the two.
Yeah.
I think probably China because I think they make the shoes.
Yeah, right.
But Osaka, I think had So you would take a train to Kyoto from Tokyo, and that bullet train, that shit is flying.
Really?
Yeah. But you really don't feel it when you look outside, but it is flying.
Yeah, you see it, bro.
Yeah, and
I don't know why we don't have that kind of stuff here. Because
No,
we could easily get from here to Chicago in like 10 minutes.
When we got to Kyoto, Osaka's not far from Kyoto, so we went to the Universal, and dude, that shit was sweet. Like they got a Universal Studios.
Like a theme park there?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So they got a Nintendo Land.
Dang. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Dope, bro. It looked like a video game.
Dang.
Yeah. I'll show you pictures in a sec.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say. The traveling, like, so Japan was super dope because I went to different places. Italy was like, I would live in Italy too. It was just so many different cities we went to. The place I always say like Greece was okay. I felt like it was a little overrated, but I feel like I can't say that. I feel like I'm being biased because I only stayed in one city. I stayed in Athens. I didn't go any other cities. So
Gotcha.
in Italy and Japan, I went to different places. In Mexico, I went to different places. So I'm like, these places are dope, but I've been to different places.
Right.
Whereas Greece, I only stayed in one. So I feel like I'm being biased if I say it's overrated. Then London, I only went to London in the UK. I did not like that at all.
No.
No.
Why not?
Terrible. I'm dead serious.
Why?
It was dark, gloomy all day. The people weren't very nice to you. And the food was disgusting.
Really?
No seasoning, trash. Never again. I would never go there.
But you just went to London, though.
Yeah, exactly. If I was to go there, probably like somewhere else. But
do they have...
like if I was to go to London again, it'd probably be to like a Chelsea game. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay,
so.
okay.
Other than that, I don't want to go.
Did there's like a stigma that British people have fucked up teeth. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at that. But no, I even had. It's funny you spell. I had first class. Usually when you have first class, they treat you real nice.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give a fuck. They heard my accent, and the brothers not fucking with me. They don't fuck with Americans like that. So, maybe that was it. And
so
then
London
like one
is
of the
not
ladies,
it.
bro, she told us like the directions, and she gave us the wrong directions on purpose. The security guards, I don't know why she would do that.
Wow,
like,
security guard.
No. He gave us the right directions.
Oh.
The lady at the front gave us the wrong directions. He was like, I don't know why she would do that. She knows, like, it's this way. So it's like...
They wanted to see you fail.
Yeah.
The American fail.
So, like, I definitely can't say, like, I'm not knocking other people. They probably got nice people over there. And
right.
better food.
From your experience. So.
Yeah, but from my experience, it just wasn't a good time. You know, like, bro, they got a baked potato, but it's different. So, you know, we have a loaded baked potato. We put cheese, bacon. Good shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Sour cream.
Bro, they put nasty shit.
Like what?
They put, I think it was like garlic butter, cheese. Those are good. But then they put baked beans and then tuna.
Tuna and a potato?
Yeah, bro. Sickening. Fucking sickening. I was just like, that makes me sick.
Yeah.
So I would never want that. Never. Then they were like, I watched this video. This dude was knocking ours and saying theirs was better. And I'm like, dude.
Our potatoes are hitting.
Slapping.
When you were in Japan, was there ever like a
language barrier?
Yes, exactly. You're reading my mind.
Yeah, I just knew. Yes.
Like
a lot of people did know English, but a lot of people was broken.
But like, was it like a language barrier that like would like be like actually hindering? Like you're trying to find food or you're trying to find something. You're like,
No,
I can't. Like, what the heck?
no.
Okay, so it wasn't anything that,
I
like
feel like that
put
was
us.
more Italy. So in Italy, I feel like the older people don't really know English.
Yeah.
I know some Italian, but not a lot. I know the basics. But the younger people in Italy, I feel like knew a lot of English.
Yeah.
And in Greece, everybody knew English. It was like it's their second language, but it's like it
Right.
was like their first. I had no struggles.
Because Japanese, the language is just
They speak fast.
yeah, and it's like UK. I feel like some of the like Italian, it's kind of like you can kind of put it together.
Yeah, and
but
it's
Japanese is like
And the thing about Italian
hakaka
too,
takata. You're like
my
what
boy,
the fuck?
my boy, he speaks Spanish, so it kind of helped because it's kind of similar, Italian and Spanish.
Okay.
But another thing in Japan, I actually lost my passport. But let
Dang.
me tell you about how I got it back. So what happened was,
You gotta tell me how you lost it too.
So
At the club,
no,
off the sake.
no. So so I had my coach bag. I had like a little like a little strap bag.
Yeah, like a body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Japan, when you eat, they have like a bin where you can put your bags,
Wow.
right? Or like if you want to put anything in a bin. So I put my bag in the bin and I forgot to grab it. So we went out to eat. Bro, this is at like noon. Noon, we went out to eat. We didn't go out for like the rest of the day. We were just chilling that day.
Yeah.
We were about to go out to the club. And a lot of places you need. So in Japan, you got to carry your passport wherever you go.
Okay.
It's just like, because if you get stopped by the police, you don't have it, you get a fine.
Dang.
So
this is gonna stop you and be like, "You're American. Where's your passport?"
Mhm.
Ah.
And I'll tell you about that too. Japan is the only place I never got stopped by the police.
Out of. Oh, okay,
Most of the
okay.
places, or Mexico.
Just randomly stop too. Just like
Yeah,
you're just.
so like,
excuse
yeah,
me.
But yeah. So when I was in Japan, I looked at the passport. We were about to go to the club, and I'm like, bro, I can't find my fucking passport. So I'm thinking at the restaurant. Looked at, thought, I'm like, I must have left it at the restaurant. So I'm looking, and I try to call, but my phone won't let me make the call.
Because international or something.
Something. I'm like tweaking, bro. I'm like, bro, I need this to get home. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
You were bugging
So
out.
I'm like, bro, they close in an hour, but Shibuya is 30 minutes away. Can we make it in time? So we're like running to the train station. I see a guy. I'm like, man, I'm just asking him if he can make the call. Luckily, he spoke English too. He makes the call for me. He says, is the passport there or whatever? And they were like, yeah, they had it. But I went the next morning and everything was still in my bag untouched. I'm thinking like, damn, if I had money in there, everything.
Oh, this was America. Money would have been gone, bro.
Whole bag. It's coach bag.
Oh yeah.
Nice bag.
Oh yeah, coach. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, damn, like that's what's up. You know,
Yeah.
to see that, I was like, damn, that's dope. But back to the police part, man. Italy wasn't too bad. We were in the train station, and I was like, how the fuck did they know we were American? Because there's a lot of people walking in there that don't look Italian.
Right.
Know? And they were like, hey, passports. And I'm like, you just hand it over or whatever. They look at it, and then they ask why you're there. You say, just traveling.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's so weird because in America, it's like, I don't have to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm like, what the fuck? Why they stop us? I was wearing sweatpants. People over there don't really wear sweats. They wear like jeans, looking kind of nicer, and it's just like, shit, I'm comfy.
Yeah, right.
But I guess we stood out because of that. But
that's weird.
Greece was a little more scary. So we're walking the street, walking to the store, and dude, a police officer drives by, and they would always ride in twos on a motorcycle. Right? But they were like shiesty masks.
Oh shoot.
Bro, like 9 of them pulled up, stopped us, asked for IDs, and he's like, "Where's your passport?" And I'm like, "Bro, I don't got it. I ain't carrying my passport. It's at the room, the Airbnb." And he was like, "You got an ID or something?" So I showed him my state ID.
And he's speaking English.
Yeah. This is Greece, so I told them they ain't just really good. But like, bro, they rolled up on like 9 deep, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I said, all shiesty masks. Like, I did not fuck with it, bro. Like, I was kind of scared. So I'm like, damn, like, what's up? Like,
right.
Is
it about to go down right now?
He looked at our ID and was just like, y'all gotta be careful around here. There's like a lot of robberies or whatever. And I was like, bro, we be walking at night every day. Ain't nothing going on around here. You just seen we were American. You stopped us. Bro, and they let us go. But I was like, man, I did not fuck with the... And then, like... But that was another crazy thing about Europe, man. It's sad to say here that I feel like here it's more scary, or women shouldn't do walking alone at night.
Here?
Yeah, you know they can't do it. You
Right.
know, it's just like in Europe, nothing.
Hmm.
You know, we walk shit. The club was like 2 blocks away from our Airbnb. We'd walk there and back, and we would see like people walking and stuff, and they would have no worries. So I feel like that was one thing I'm like, damn, I wish ladies could do back home is walk by themselves. You know, if they had to get somewhere or stuff, and or to the train system or something like that, like no weirdos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more safe. We got to be more safe, and I feel like that was one thing I'm like, damn, definitely don't see that back home.
Dang, so you felt safe out there.
No, for sure. I felt more safe in here.
Is there any of those travels where you felt unsafe? It's obviously the Greece instance. But just like, and I mean, when I say unsafe, not like you put yourself in a position to feel unsafe, but like you're just like, you're either going to get something to food or you're just walking the street, you just feel like uncomfortable, like, dang, bro. Like,
one time in Italy, we were in the club and we got a section, and these guys just kept staring at us. I didn't like that. I don't like that type of stuff. But other than that, nah, man, I never felt unsafe. Like Japan never felt unsafe. Greece never felt unsafe other than the police situation. In Italy, I was just chilling, man. Those people they're nice and polite, man. And for the most part, everything was smooth. There was never like nothing bad.
yeah. I want to get out to Japan so I can go snowboarding. Japan has like some of the best snow, just snow. I guess it snows a lot out there. And they got some nice ass resorts. And I want to get out there and go snowboarding so bad.
No, that's dope, man. I definitely tell people, if you got a passport, do it. If you ain't got no kids, do it.
I know. We have to do it because we're trying to have kids soon. So I'm like, bro, we might as well do it. I know.
I'm not saying kids are a bad thing, but it's just like, damn. I ain't bringing no kids nowhere until they're past 5.
Right. For one, they're a lot to handle, and they're unappreciative. They don't understand.
It's like they don't understand. It's like when you see these kids on planes screaming and crying, it's like, I would never.
I know.
Gotta be 5 and above.
I feel bad for the parents, but at the same time, it's like, why would you bring that little dude with you then?
When I see a kid next to me on the plane, it's just like, damn.
I know. Everybody has that feeling, bro. It's either, and I don't want to talk bad about nobody, but I've traveled a lot, so I've taken a lot of plane rides, and you're walking down that hall, and you look at your seat, you see a big dude next to you, you're like, ah.
No, I guess it was Southwest. I think big people got to buy 2 seats now.
Really?
If you're over the weight limit.
I mean, because I've been in some seats, bro. And my girl has too. Because I've seen.
That's another thing I wanted to get.
Like they're all up in your you literally are sitting. You're flying 4 hours like this.
It's a sickness, man. It is, and it's like we talk about that too. We actually met some people out in Greece, and one of the girls was talking about America, and she was like the obesity. And it's true, man. When you go to other places, the food they're eating and stuff is more natural. You see fat people, but you don't see it as much as here.
It's a noticeable difference?
Yes, big time. One thing about America is we're very unhealthy, and I feel like people, they always complain about time of going to the gym and stuff. It don't take nothing but 30 minutes of your day. And I feel like a lot of people do got to become more active or eat better. Because, like, even me, like, I eat a lot of bad stuff, like McDonald's or whatever. And like I said, in those other places, you'll see fat people, but, like, for the most part, it's not like they're 100% fit. They're just more lean.
Do you see? Because like in America, you'll see like some swole people. Do they got swole people out there?
For sure.
They do. Like
we hit the gyms a few times. Japan was the one of the places we really didn't hit the gym, and I was kind of mad about it because they're strict on tattoos. Your tattoos can't be shown.
Really?
Yeah.
In the gym or just like
in the gym?
Okay.
And then also you can't wear outside shoes. So I would walk. You see, I'm walking with these, and I walked in there. They would you have to bring a change of shoes, or they'll give you a pair, and I was just wasn't rocking with that.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So
you go to school, you take your shoes off, you put on these little booties or something.
So I was just like, no, it was more like you put on they got these shoes there.
Oh, indoor shoes, outdoor shoes.
Yeah, and other people's, and I was like, nah, I ain't rocking with that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, nah, I'm good. So, and the whole tattoo showing, it's just like, bro, who cares? I think, and that was another thing about the military too. It's just like, bro, I'm ready to serve, and I ain't got nothing bad tattoo wise. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's just ink, man. It's just art.
Right, and I want to go serve my country, but
exactly, I can't because I got a tattoo. Like that sounds dumb to me, Like, also another thing was the beard thing, man. I was pissed when I had to shave my beard. But
for what?
Is what it is. For boot camp, you can't have nothing, and then also in the military, you can have a mustache, and if you get like razor bumps, you can have a beard. But like other than that, no.
So they're gonna make you shave
all the time. I'll probably keep the mustache when they let me, but. And then you could grow your hair so long, but like It just has to look neat.
Right, and that's probably just
That's
discipline. They're
understand-
just instilling
But
discipline.
see, the beard
Keep
part
stay
is like,
sharp.
dang, can I at least have a beard? Like, as long as it's nicely trimmed, who cares?
Right, you got to get up to those higher divisions where they
Yeah,
have those.
It's definitely no. That's like SEALs and stuff. They got the big beards.
Yeah.
They're always out. Like they're not home. So
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. If I was in like an army war situation, and this is just me, and there was two guys approaching me, one dude had a big ass grizzly beard, and the other one was clean shaved. I probably would start fighting the guy with the clean shave first before I start fighting some grizzly fucking
you never
looking
really
dude.
see like SEALs or something like that with a clean face. You know, it's like unless like they're back home.
Right.
Know? So
Well, a lot of them are trying to hide their identity too as they're
Yeah.
out there with these high level targets.
or not even that. It's just like to fit in. Most people got beards out there. So
Yeah.
but. No, I definitely feel like that was stupid too. I'm like, damn, I love my beard, man.
You always get that shit back though.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like, so.
Those little things are like going into the military, little things like that you don't consider.
Yeah, there's like, I feel like even jobs, like some jobs have stupid rules. Like, I don't know if you know this, but at the gym, when I would work there, bro, we would have to tuck in our shirts. We never would, but like that was a rule they had there. Like, you look stupid.
Yeah.
You're wearing
Nobody
sweatpants.
tucks in their
Yeah,
shirt.
you're wearing sweatpants. And you want me to tuck in my shirt, like, and then you want to write me up if I don't. Like, be serious.
Yeah.
Like, be like.
Dude, I've noticed. So obviously, you only person that still works there is the trainer.
Yep.
Montez or whatever.
Yeah.
The little Asian dude that I used to work with, the cool dude, he don't work there anymore either. I've seen him in the gym.
He's actually Mexican.
Mexican, okay.
That's my boy. That was the one I was talking about.
He's a cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've noticed, bro, they cycle through employees
we were there for a while, man.
Yeah, you guys were the only ones that were there for a while.
Yeah, and we ended up once my boy left, I was like, I'm about to get up out of here too. And then we had some other friends that were working there, and they're like, I'm done too. You know, just weren't really rocking with the new management. And the thing about the gym at that time, like the district manager is just not a good person. So it's just like it's hard to work for somebody like that.
Is it that white dude that's in there now?
No. It's like the district manager.
Oh, okay.
The managers are cool.
Yeah.
It's just like the ones above them. She's not a good person.
And probably because they're so disconnected from the actual day-to-day operations.
Yeah, she's like one of those people that's just always on a power trip. And I feel like that's a lot of jobs is they have problems because a lot of people are on a power trip. And it's just like, well, I understand you're in charge, but you're not going to disrespect me.
Right.
Grown man, you know? And that's the problem with the working life now. A lot of people, they get that role and they're like, oh, I can tell you whatever to do. Like,
yeah. I guess that makes sense then, because I've noticed like.
A lot of people left because of her.
Yeah, and they're coming. And even when I went in there today, I was like, the new girl, and they're like, dang, when'd you. Like, it's every day, at least once a week, there's a new employee in there.
That's one thing I've learned recently about these newer jobs is. Usually the boss is cool, but it's like their boss. I know like they have a job to do and stuff, but it's like, dude, we're not saving lives.
I know.
Calm it down. You know what I mean?
They're at Planet Fitness
right
now.
It's like, calm it down, man. Like, you know, like, relax. So it's just like, that's when they always tell people like, bro, we only get one life, relax.
Yeah.
Why are you so stuck up? For what? For what?
Are you going to stay physical when you get in the military? Like, hitting the gym?
I hope so. That's the plan, is to lose some weight at boot camp and getting more in shape.
Where's
more
boot camp?
Discipline. Well, the boot camp for the Navy is in Illinois.
Oh, okay. So it's not too far from home.
No. So one thing about boot camp is it's discipline and getting you in shape, eating better and stuff like that. So I think I'll be fine.
Going into it, do they outline it? Like, do they give you like something to look forward to, or like
a
heads up? Like week 1, we're doing this.
No,
week
they got
2,
videos you can watch.
Oh, okay. To prepare.
Yeah, what you're gonna do. Yeah, and one of the things is like the first week kind of sucks because you're just getting ready and they do a lot of like tests or like shots and stuff like that, and then also just like it's called like welcoming week or something like that.
Sorry, I was making sure.
That's good. What time is it?
12:20.
Okay.
We can leave whenever you want.
No, I'll probably leave soon. I gotta plan this party out. So
yeah.
Probably about 10 more minutes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. The door's locked up there. I had a phone call, making sure it wasn't Becca.
No. So.
Sorry, we've been gone for an hour and 21 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
Not too bad. Yeah. It's just flowing. I can continue. I can just sit here and talk all day.
So.
Sorry, what were you saying? Week 1, they have videos for you to watch.
Yeah. So it's like they just getting you started, getting you in.
Mandatory videos, or are they like?
No. This is like a YouTube video. You can watch people at boot camp. And then that second week is when you start that physical training, and then like running and push-ups and stuff like that. Them yelling in your face, and it's just a lot of discipline. Folding your stuff.
Tighten up.
Yeah, tighten your make sure your pillowcase is on right. Make sure you can make a bed. Make sure, you know, you put the right stuff in your bag. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure you're
Little,
clean shaven,
yeah.
you know? And it's just like, it's very strict, but it's very needed. You know, I definitely, people keep asking me, am I nervous? I'm not nervous. It's just like, I feel like if I was 18, I'd be more nervous. But now that I'm older, it's like, I'm a grown man. You know, I know what's coming. People
Right.
yelling at me, and it's just like, that's their job. They're getting you ready. So it's just like, I got a lot of respect for them already. And I'm just ready to get it over with. I know boot camp's gonna suck. That's what it is. It's called
It's
boot camp.
supposed to suck. Yeah,
You know, it's 8 weeks of just whack. But once you're done with that, like,
dang, 8 weeks is quite a bit of a time too.
you're chilling, man. You know, once you're done with that, you go to your A school, you learn your job, and then after that is where you'll get stationed. So hopefully I get like Japan or like Italy, Spain. They got some cool bases. So hopefully I get somewhere out there. And
I hope you do too, bro.
nah, for real.
I might try to pull up on you.
Nah, for real. In Japan, come see me.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, it's definitely, you know, being away from my family and friends, you know, just like that does suck, but
Yeah.
you know, they're happy for me and they're happy with me and my new journey. So
Have you always lived in Michigan your whole life?
yeah,
Okay. So this will be like a new
chapter. Yep, getting away from home and something I wanted to do for a while. Like I said, my mom was sick, so I didn't want to leave home, and now, you know, luckily I was happy I got to tell her before she passed.
that you were joining.
Yeah, and she was like, "Is this what you want to do?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "I don't want you to go, but I support you," and I was just like, "That's what I needed." So, for sure.
Damn.
But thanks for having me, man.
Of course, bro.
Appreciate
This is fun.
This was.
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate it.
You're a very good speaker.
Yeah.
Like very
love to
articulate. Like you got good mindset.
Yeah.
And obviously we just kind of passed through at the gym, so it was cool to like sit down and
Yeah, especially
get to
before
talk
I leave,
a little
get
bit
out
more.
of here.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
dope. Yeah.
You'll have my support too, my
For sure.
prayers. Which I know you'll do good, bro. Because I've seen you see some people in the army, and you're like, dang, bro, this is gonna be tough for this guy. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Especially you already have a mindset and you have a plan going into it. Like you know what you want to do. Hell yeah, bro.
No.
Next time time you're in town,
Talk again.
yeah, pull
Hopefully
back
the
up.
podcast
Yeah,
blown up.
you pull up. You can pull up in your BDUs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh off the boat.
For real. I feel it.
Yeah, man. All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace.
Yeah.
As much as I love doing these podcasts virtually, I much rather sit down and talk to somebody one-on-one in person. I can look at them, I can feel the energy that they're giving off, and it's just a better vibe. So if you know anybody that would be interested or that would be a good guest for the podcast show, please get us in contact, put us together, or just relay them my information. I would love to sit down and talk to them. And with that, I will continue to do my best to improve my podcasting skills and my interviewing skills to one day bring on bigger guests that you would love to see me collab with.